Hello and welcome to Thought Studio by Himani. I am Himani Gupte, founder of Thought Studio. I am a certified parenting coach with an expertise in child psychology and emotional intelligence. I work with the principle of not just understanding psychology but also understanding the modern family psychology so we understand each other and understand human behavior in general so the harmony in the family is maintained. This space is for all the parents who are done chasing the tips, tricks, and quick fixes for their children and are ready for a steady foundation for the emotional and psychological growth of their children. No matter what the age and stage of your child is, you can always start. It's never too late and you can always do better. In this space, we hold real and authentic conversations around all spectrums of parenting aspects, from child psychology to child development, from toddler to teen tantrums, emotional intelligence, ADHD awareness and management, and single parenting, and so much more. Because I believe unless a parent puts an intention and direction to parenting, nothing really changes. Not the behavior that you want to change in your child, not the dynamics of your family, and neither the bright future that you are expecting for your child. So, dear parents, this is a space where we pause, we reflect, and we understand parenting through the lens of intention and awareness. I read something recently and that sort of stuck with me. It said there is no space left for ordinary anymore. And rightly said so, because we live in a world which is so fast paced that there is no space for ordinary. We want everything to be extraordinary. Our houses, our jobs, our incomes, our cars, our everything. And this pressure we have brought home too. This pressure is seen in the children today. This pressure is seen in parents today, and which is resulting in a lot of anxious decision made by both parents and children. As parents, we all want our children to be extraordinary, more talented, learning faster, understanding better, doing more things beyond their age, and winning everywhere, and somehow making us proud every moment. But have we ever thought that what this chase is doing to our children and us as parents? As a parent coach and a behavior therapist, this is something that I see everywhere, every day, with children, with parents, with teenagers, and with families in general. We are exhausted, we are overwhelmed, and we are anxious all the time. And the reason is the race of being extraordinary, the race of raising extraordinary children so that they are ready for the future world that is coming. But in this whole process, what we have forgotten is what the ordinary gives them. The ordinary gives them the most important thing of their life, and that is emotional peace. From the moment our child is born, we are nowadays constantly comparing their milestone. When did they eat, read, talk, walk the first time? Are they doing better than others? Are they doing faster than others? Or are they slow in their milestone achievement? And so much more. And to add to it, social media has made it worse, because to me, every child on social media looks like gifted, multi-talented, and sort of doing things beyond their ages and making their parents feel proud and giving those wow moments every now and then. But this also creeps a silent pressure in parents, and that is of, am I doing enough? Is my child well adjusted to this race? Is my child doing enough? Should I be adding more classes? Should I be adding more skills? What should I do? And this eventually has to creep down to our children and our family environment. As parents, we have linked our worth as parents, as leaders, as guide to our children to the performance of our child. And that is the reason that we are constantly overwhelmed and put that anxiety onto our children. All of this we are doing so that our child has the best development of the brain and should reach their full potential. But according to child psychology, what actually helps the child's brain to grow is the environment that makes them feel safe, loved, and secure. And the brain is thriving in such situations. But when we are in this race of comparison and bringing up and raising an extraordinary child constantly, the child's brain is in survival mode. And then simple things like learning, like attention, like concentration, becomes a battle for the child. Learning is a natural human instinct, it's a natural human behavior. We naturally learn something that we are inclined towards. And in this whole process, the children are missing the joy of learning, and it becomes a performance for them every now and then. In my practice, I meet so many teenagers who tell me that they are directionless, they are lost, not because they don't have enough skills, or not because they are not educated, but because they don't know just being, what is being ordinary mean, and nobody has taught them so. So they cannot handle boredom, and when life slows down, when the life doesn't move according to their planning, they panic, they give up, and they cannot bounce back from that failure, because this is an ordinary skill which builds extraordinary resilience in children, in teenagers, and also in adults. This pressure of being extraordinary is not just affecting our children, but it is also affecting us as parents, because we are running from classes to classes to give them the best skills available. And in the whole process, we have lost the connection not just with our children but with ourselves. Parenting somehow has become some kind of performance where everybody has a checklist, and the child is responsible for ticking those marks in that checklist. When we as parents allow ourselves to be ordinary, to embrace the ordinary in everyday things, unplanned meals, routines, unstructured play, simple meals, simple routine, it helps the children to become extraordinary, because they are gaining the skills of lifetime. Now, when we say that we should be ordinary, what does that actually mean? It means that we should teach our children the skills that are going to be with them all their life, and not just according to their age, and not what gets them the medals and what gets them the applause. The simple ordinary skills that actually builds a successful and resilient adults are something like waiting patiently, taking a no without doing tantrums, helping their peers, helping elders, not just in home but outside in social environment as well, understanding that failure is a part of the process, making mistakes, accepting that I have made a mistake and come back from that quickly. That's the real resilience, that is the real patience, and that is how we are building their self trust, their self worth, and their self esteem. This is how we have taught the children that self confidence is not attached to any kind of praise constantly. It is there with you, and nobody can take that away from you. So we see kids these days, if they don't get the simplest of the things, they will start throwing tantrums. This is the reason, because they are constantly in the overwhelming environment and constantly running and rushing towards achieving something. Children are naturally curious, and they are naturally curious learners. So when we allow them to be ordinary, to embrace this ordinary, we are giving them an authentic space to grow, to be patient, to be resilient, and to be emotionally intelligent human beings. Maybe it's time that we redefine what extraordinary means to us. Maybe it is not just getting the medals and reaching the milestones. Maybe it is letting our children and ourselves just be, just embrace the ordinary, so that we are raising good humans. When we are constantly in the race of raising an extraordinary child, we are raising anxious achievers. But when we have embraced the ordinary, we have raised good, resilient, powerful humans. And I think that's the biggest win for any parent. If this spoke to you in any way, if this resonated with you, I would request all the parents to sit with your child today without any agenda, just simply be and embrace the ordinary. The amount of ordinary you allow your child today is the amount of success, extraordinary success your child is going to bring tomorrow.